Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Taurus for the month of July 2023. So before we begin, I'd just like to thank you all for returning to this monthly series and to also welcome anyone who is new to our Angelic Wisdom community. Just a few reminders. One, make sure, if you haven't already, that you subscribe, select the all notification bell, like, dislike, and to also leave comments. If during the course of watching this you feel called to have an angel reading with me, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services. And if you're a new client, you can select the first time promotional offer. Also, if you'd just like to donate and support this channel, no matter how great or small, you can select my PayPal Me link, which you can find in the description area below. Also, if you haven't had a chance to watch it by the time these videos come out, I'm going to put the very first link will be in the description area to the general monthly angel reading for July. And finally, the format in front of us. So the card in the center will represent the archangel that will be working with us during this month for your sign, Taurus. And the cards on either side are a message from your guardian angel. So the Major Arcana card on the left, which will represent those things that are probably unconsciously happening around you. These are the major themes, lessons, energies, and influences that are shaping the story that you're seeing, which in the day-to-day awareness, which is represented by the Minor Arcana, which represents what you might be consciously experiencing, and the ways in which you might be able to work with those energies in your day-to-day awareness. So let's begin by taking a deep breath. And just really relax your body. Really ground yourself by placing your feet flat on the floor, and just feeling as though you have roots growing out of your feet deep into the earth's core that is wide. And you might want to call up the energy of a tree that you are familiar with, or your tree spirit, just to help you to feel the wisdom of the trees and the wisdom of being rooted in our current experiences. It's interesting, just that phrase, when we realize that the trees are these grand sentient beings that just are where they are. They're rooted where they are, and they embrace their locations. And we are often in particular locations in the timeline of our life, and we often struggle with where we are, and we allow our mind to keep spinning. They write for explanations, and so, and always looking for an explanation for why things are happening the way they are. Why me? That question. Why me? Why this? Why them? Why? Looking for reasons. this takes you out of being, and not only just being in rooted in what you're experiencing, but being who you are and remembering that you are bringing something to this experience. And while you're looking for explanations from everything around you, you're forgetting the most important aspect of it all. It's all there for you. And so, therefore, you need to be aware of just all that you can bring when you start actualizing your potential. And the environment in which you are in, is giving you the contrasting experiences to provoke that potential of being. Because it's always been you that's shaping the outer reality, but you're doing it unconsciously. And the more that you have respect for who you are, but that is to say, by honoring your heart, honoring your desires, being true to your energy, not trying to manipulate yourself into being something that you think is more suitable, but allowing your suitability to sort of be, this is going to be just redundant in terms of wording, but allow your suitability, that is to say, who you are, the way you are, enhance where you are. And when you begin to do that, you'll realize the intentional purpose that the universe had in mind for you when it planted you there. Of course, the universe is also you, so you planted yourself there. And that's when you'll start to manifest the potential within yourself all around you. And you know what? You have no idea what that is, but you will once you start being who you truly are, when you respect it and you honor it and you nurture it and you stop questioning and you start being. You'll experience it. All right, so let's take a look at the archangel that you're working with. This is apropos. Archangel Haniel. It says, seek soul satisfaction, fan a flame of inner happiness. So she's here to help you fan that flame of your desire, of inner happiness. You are here right now. I don't know if this is crazy or not, but think of yourself as an interior decorator. And wherever you are planted in your life right now, make it what you will. Make it to your satisfaction, not to the satisfaction of other people, of another person. No. Honor yourself and make it to your own satisfaction. They're basically telling you to make yourself happy where you are, because you can if you stop focusing on the limitations and embrace those and say, this is what I've been dealt, but this is what I can do within it. My grandmother, who was a Taurus, would always say, take what you got and make what you want. When you learn to take what you got and make what you want, what happens? You end up realizing that you can make whatever you want, wherever you are, at any time, that you are unlimited. All right, let's take a look at what's consciously, unconsciously unfolding for you right now. So we have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is also associated with the sign of Taurus. So you're in your element as well, you might say. And this is about possibly, you might, I'm getting a sense about institutions, right? So all the various institutions that we have, establishments, if you will, and it feels like you're struggling within the establishments. You're feeling a little hemmed in, controlled, restrained in some way. You're struggling with traditions versus your own tendencies or inclinations. And this is a we can just criticize them, and we can say, yeah, this needs to be torn down and rebuilt, all of that. And none of that is right or wrong. It's just what you're feeling in regards to how you feel on the inside about what you're experiencing outside of yourself. It takes courage to break away from traditions or patterns that we've become comfortable with. They just wrote that word, courage. So you're being asked to find that courage to love despite the things that you struggle with, the things that you don't like, detest, etc. You're being asked to find the courage to love anyway. Because if you cannot, then what do you end up having? What is it you're feeding? You're feeding your fears. And this causes you, as they wrote the word, stressful. And when you're under stress, you can't create. You can't be who you are. You can't take what you want, take what you got, and make what you want. You can't. You're the limitations become too heavy for you to just sort of transform in your mind. So you might be dealing with people who you're no longer, I'm just saying the word conservative, who are a little bit more conservative than you are, or have conservative views, and this puts, I'm saying these words, constraints on your thought process, in the way you respect yourself, or how worthy you might feel, because you're relying so heavily on that validation, their approval to you sort of measure your worth by. So unconsciously there might be all these pressures that you may not have really sat down and thought about. And it's highlighting that it's time that you do. And realize that the pressure that you're feeling is the pressure that's really coming from within, because they may represent that, but you're the one that's given it credibility. All right, so we have the Five of Water here. And it's interesting because we have the energy of two fives here. And, this is a card, as we see here, where, you know, half full, half empty. Um, in any situation, again, we've been talking about every situation has purpose. There are no mistakes. So it's either you focus on the mistakes or you focus on the purpose. And this whole idea of being able to find soul satisfaction comes from your ability to see the purpose in everything that occurs and the purpose that you get to choose to experience and express out of this. Now, this word request has come up, and it came up earlier and I forgot it. You have requests. I feel like you've been asking for others to respect you more. You want people to respect your feelings. That's what this card is about. They're just writing these words in front of me. There are some resentments, and all of this is causing you to feel very congested in your heart right now, in a form of suffering. And I feel like what they really want you to do is, instead of, again, that why me, instead of wanting others to respect you, start with respecting yourself. And this means to screw all of that, screw them and screw all of that stuff, and start just listening to what you want, because that'll be half full rather than half empty. It'll start to turn you, the writing management, it'll help you to start managing your stress. So, like, stress management, this is a very healthy protocol to help you to manage stress better, because basically others might be shaping that stress, but you're taking it on, the responsibility of that. And that's the impact of the stress that you feel so acutely, like it feels personal. Yes, because you are allowing somebody to teach you to do something to yourself that you don't like. And so it has to stop with you, by the way you see the situation. Instead of seeing everyone's telling you that you are inadequate, or that your life is full of a bunch of wrong turns, you need to turn it around and look at the purpose that all of those choices, the wisdom that all those choices allowed you to cultivate. So you might see yourself this way, but you are truly this. You are a wise counselor. You are a wise leader, a mentor, a guide to others. And perhaps that's a role that you might have been overlooking. And this might mean that within an institution or an establishment, or that you need to take the lead. You should become the influencer of thoughts and beliefs. Don't underestimate that. I see the word formative, that you, and then the word reform, that you are the reform that you've been looking for. See, while you've been pitying yourself, you've not seen. And while you've been requesting and asking for maybe some other leader to step up, or somebody else to change, or for God to come in and change things, that you were the instrument all along. And everything that you've been through is so that you could be a qualified instrument of reform. All right. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings. Have a beautiful month of July, Taurus. God bless you.